All right. Well, talking about the impact of the digital economy in logistics, before something gets shipped, it's got to be built. And manufacturing has seen a huge growth in digital technology as well over the past decade. We talk about Industry 4.0 many times on this show. Manufacturers can now use and are using purpose-built technologies that give them the ability to do more in less time and with more control and with more understanding of what their process or processes are doing. It's a form of process improvement so that we can do things better and faster while reducing risk, all enabled by this digital transformation that we are seeing in manufacturing. And this is critical for our audience. Quality professionals need to be an integral part of their organization's digital transformation. Here to tell us why and a little bit more, the digital transformation is Frank Defesche, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Viva Quality One. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Dirk. Hey, Mike. Good to be here.
Hey, good to see you.
How are you doing today, Frank?
I'm doing well.
Well, let me start with this, Frank. You start your article by explaining digital transformation with kind of a lighthearted analogy that maybe you can kind of share with us and with our viewers.
Yeah. So in today's world, new lingo gets invented way too much. You hear new terms all the time, and most times that new lingo gets interpreted differently, creating confusion and miscommunication within and across companies. So to get people aligned on the definition and goal of digital transformation, I find a relatable analogy that everyone can understand works best. So let's take the timeless example of a teenage boy going out on a Friday night, and let's focus on that worried parent at home, worrying until they safely get home. So 25 years ago, that parent waited by the phone for their son to call them from a payphone. 15 years ago, the teenager had a mobile phone, and the parent called them typically over and over. 5 years ago, the teenager had a smartphone, and the parent would text them, "Where are you?" over and over. Now today, that parent simply pulls up an app on their phone that shows exactly where their son is on a map, as they take a sigh of relief as they calmly say, "Siri, tell me when he leaves." So that is a pure example of digital transformation, much like the logistics transformation you were talking about. Technology or innovation that changes an old way of doing things to a new and improved way of doing things. But then technology or innovation comes out that creates yet another new way of doing things, and the cycle continues. It's the same objective. I'm a worried parent. I want to know where my kid is, but there's continuous improvement to make that objective easier to achieve.
Now, as we look at this, as we translate this over to the manufacturing realm, and we're seeing, as I mentioned, Industry 4.0, the digitization of manufacturing. You say in your article that quality is just as accountable or needs to be just as involved in this digital transformation as the IT department is. So why is that?
Well, the operative word in digital transformation is transformation. That's the power. Transformation meaning change. Technology, aka digital, without related process changes and proper change management, will not deliver the outcomes your company expects. Technology is advancing so fast. It's almost a runaway train. The quality professional needs to serve as the conductor of that train so it operates safely and gets to the right destination on time. Now, all companies are going through digital transformation, from finance to marketing to manufacturing and every function in between. It impacts and enables improvement in all business areas. If your partners in IT leverage technology innovations without working hand in hand in quality, they can introduce risk and you can veer off course. Without IT understanding the systems that quality defines and adjusts and why those systems are the way that they are, IT will lack the guidance to really drive value. Now, IT just doesn't have the product, process, or compliance awareness that the quality team does. Now, the other reason is that IT and quality are the two departments that can positively impact the full product lifecycle, which begins with product innovation or ideas and extends to the customer experience. They really are kindred spirits. Often you hear this referred to as Industry 4.0 or Quality 4.0 or moving from little Q to big Q. Digital transformation connects things that happen in product development to things that happen in manufacturing and suppliers, and all the way to the branding claims and the overall customer experience. And the quality team is the most knowledgeable and the best person to manage that change that's what the quality role is managing change, and this is why they're accountable.
And I should mention that your name is not Russell Morrison. Your name is it's Frank Defesche. We have the wrong caption up there for you. Oh. We'll get that fixed.
I go by Russell.
We're speaking to Frank Defesche of Viva right now, not Russell Morrison. So can you give us an example? You just described quality's involvement. Can you give us an example of a company where you're seeing quality play a more active role, and what kind of impact has that made?
Sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned, quality needs to have its footprint across the entire product journey. It's just critically important. One of our customers was suffering from what many customers suffer from: information being stuck in siloed applications or in different spreadsheets and emails in different people's inboxes. And this problem caused them an issue that hurt their brand reputation. The R&D teams that create the product, the suppliers of the material for the product, and the marketing team that makes the claims about the product have no shared visibility or traceability because they're working in different systems. So as a result, marketing made a claim that the product didn't have a certain sensitive ingredient, when in fact it did have that ingredient, because somewhere between product formulation specification and the supplier, something didn't go right. So after some pretty heavy public backlash, the company embarked on an end-to-end digital transformation initiative led by the quality team. Now, today, this company is using Viva Quality One to provide a single source of truth between product formulations, suppliers, and marketing claims. Now, how? Well, because they're all working in the same system. It's one cloud application that everybody can enter in, so that you're taking all that information out of email and out of Excel spreadsheets and putting it into one system, so you have full visibility and traceability. And that's both internally and externally with their suppliers.
And so that's a key element of all of this is, if you have a digital environment, all that digital information has got to be shared in some way. So, and it's easier to do that now than it was before. Before, you might had to be sending pieces of paper around to people, but in a sense, the new digital environment actually, if you get it set up, actually provides a fairly simple, for lack of a better word. I know the technology behind it isn't simple, but I mean, it's all ones and zeros. It's easy to zip stuff across to other platforms for people to have instant access to them in ways that weren't possible before, if they lend themselves to or get on board with this type of technology. Would you say that's probably a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, email and in spreadsheets, that's still digital,
yeah.
But email and spreadsheets means there's no single source of the truth. And there's no shared visibility. I email you something, then somebody else emails it and say, okay, this is version 2.0 and 3.0. Next thing you know, everyone is looking at a different truth, which means no one's looking at the truth. And
you guys have a conference coming up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about it. We're having the Viva Quality Summit. This summit will bring together IT and quality professionals together to apply a sharp focus on digital transformation and how it applies to everything from the plant floor, supplier quality, and through all the thousands of moving parts that relate to the brand promise of your company's products. It's a complimentary learning event. It's not promotional.
And when is it?
It's June 5th in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
And Viva's investing in this event to really help expand the role and skills of the quality professional. As the world advances, so do the profiles of certain trades or professions. So, for example, a marketing professional, 20 years ago, they didn't need to know about social media or online search advertising. Today, if you want a job in marketing, you need to have those skills or you're not getting a job. For quality, while managing CAPAs and non-conformance inspections and supplier quality management, those are still core job skills. But the expected skills of the quality professional in today's world are much broader. Technology is paving the way to improve those processes in material ways. And as I mentioned, the future arrived yesterday, and it's time for us to all gain the skills and perspective to adopt manufacturing technology suited for today's reality. Now, this summit will feature speakers who are thought leaders from both quality and technology. Some are featured on the registration page. Attendees will include quality and IT professionals of very small suppliers all the way to Fortune 100 manufacturing companies. And to learn more about the Quality Summit, people can visit qualityone.viva.com or email us at info frank@qualityone.viva.com, or simply email me personally. It's frank@viva.com, VEEVA.com. The registration is open. We're expecting about 100 to 150 people. It should be a really great event.
And I should say that also, if you want more information on this, there's also a link underneath the player page down there that will link you out to the homepage for the registration and the event information on their site out there. So check that out. And Frank, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Always good to talk to you, Derek.
Okay, have a good event.
Have a good weekend.
Take care.
All right, take care.
See you, Frank. Thanks.